Hello once again everybody, and welcome back to Satisfactory. Once again, I've been incredibly busy. It's been about 9 hours since the end of the last video. The last video and the one before it were actually the same recording session, so I hadn't intended to do that when I started recording, but things got a little bit long and there were two completely separate things I did in that, so I thought it was good to split it. Anyway, as you can see, I've been incredibly busy in the last 9 hours. Let's have a quick look. Every single thing over here is now done. Things need finishing off. We need to add extra floors, but every single one of these factories has at least one floor that is fully operational. Everything is hooked up. Everything is running. Some things are still beavering away, making things. Other things like this, they're all finished. They're all finished. It's all backed up. And that's all very lovely indeed. So, by far, the hardest thing and the thing that took time was actually figuring out what capacity to make all of these factories. And as you can see, I've built up the walls a bit just to show how many floors I intend these to have. This one over here, of course, is screws. Now, there's a slight difference with this in that we need, and we can make so many screws that it completely saturates the output belt in 7 floors, which is this here. So a fast Mark III belt is 2,700 items per minute, and 7 floors will completely saturate that belt. So there's no point making it any bigger until we either unlock another tier of belt, or we add a second output belt. It's easy enough to do. But the input to this factory can sustain 12 floors. So that's this level here. It's absolutely ridiculous. The good thing about this design is that I can increase the size as I need to. I don't need 12 floors of screw production. I certainly don't. So yeah, we got the flag on top. I did set that to the flag of Wales. Where are we? Over here. There we go. I did set that to the flag of Wales, but it that was before I saved and shut it down and went off and did something else and then loaded everything back up again. So I don't know why that didn't stick, but there we go. This is absolutely huge. The signs, if I can just get back down to the ground as quickly as possible now. The signs, I think all the signs are done. I'm pretty sure they are. So you've got the main one here, which shows the capacity of the building. This is not the peak output. This is if all the inputs are full, if the splitter down there is full and everything up there is done, that's how many you'll get out. You'll get out a bit more than that, obviously, for a little while once it's been backed up. You'll not quite get that if you're just starting up. But that's the design capacity, basically. I've got these signs on the side here. They are double-sided. There's also one on the other side over here. Because when you're flying around and you're doing a bit of a canyon run, it's nice to see. It's nice to see which factory you're actually flying past. So all of these are done. Obviously concrete there. We've got steel beams here for 300 per minute. Where am I pointing now? See, I get disoriented when the autosave kicks in and freezes everything for a bit. Anyway, so these ones here, I'm pretty sure I finished all of those signs as well. So we're just flying around. Let's see, these are all full. These are all full. Oh, that's full. I think everything over there is full. All full over there. Is there anything still running? Oh, my rods, yes. My rod factory is still running. Because, of course, it's been supplying the screw factory as well. Yeah, there's quite a bit of construction and cosmetic work still to do. But I'm producing my items, which is the main thing. This is a little note to myself, just explaining exactly what's going on here, because I don't trust my memory. I don't trust my memory at all. I know it's not exactly a sieve. It's more like a colander. There are bigger holes, but it still manages to hold the big bits. So yeah, we've got 7 floors, but I can supply 12. It has made things a bit tricky when it comes to these. Supplying 12 floors from this, I think, is going to be a bit difficult. I'm going to have to figure out a way of dealing with that. I'm not entirely sure how just yet. I might have to tap off, because in my current design, all the feeds will come down here and go into this. I might have one right in the middle somewhere, facing the other way. Have a nice high capacity belt over to another bank of them over here, and have them going up the corner. I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm going to have to think about how to do all of that. Haven't done any assembler work yet. That's my next project. To do exactly the same as I've done over here. I have done a little bit of work on the power plant. I've decided to put all of my switches over here. So we've got the feed to the batteries. We've got the generators. We've got our feed out to the water pumps, which we basically just moved from over there, so that all the switches are in the same place. And then we've got the main factory feed. So all of these are hooked up together. It's the B output is hooked up together. So the feed from the batteries comes in on A. The feed from the generators comes in on A. So we can just shut the feed from the generators off, and it'll just run off the batteries. Should we want to? I don't really see why we'd want to, but the option's there. As is the option to just temporarily take the batteries offline should we want to run things down a bit. Water pumps, of course. I mean, they're all on. They're all going to show exactly the same thing. But anyway, it means that I can shut things down and manually start things and all the rest. What else was I going to show you? Oh, I mean, it's not a question really of showing. It's basically explaining how I built this. I built it as a bit of a production line. I did one thing and then finished that thing. So I would fill in this. I'd fill in the big gaps for every single one of them. And then I would, let's say, figure out how big I wanted everything to be, and then put these these concrete pillars up as far as they needed to go. And then I'd put the storage containers in for all of them, all at once. And it was just quicker doing it that way instead of working on one factory and then moving on to the next one. It was quicker and it was less boring doing it that way. Anyway, have a look down here and you can see that things are pretty tidy. I mean, we've seen these before. We've got our I was going to say steel, the iron ingots running all the way down. There's a bit of a bus going on down the middle of here now. The only problem with hanging stuff on the ceiling is that you can't really fly above them to see what's on them. But yes, that's going on there. It's being split into both things that need it. You've got copper along here. It's then joined by Caterium. Keep flying across. We've got our steel feed here. So copper comes off here and heads that way. Steel goes off that way. And Caterium carries onwards. There's our feed of wire into our cable factory. And here's our return for the Caterium wire. It's good. It's good. I like the way the design works. I mean, I can fly around here and I can see where everything's going. It's all tidy. It's all it's all worked out quite nicely. So let's see how much stuff is being consumed right now. I still haven't got anything for sulfur. Everything else is hooked up to something, but no sulfur is being used anywhere yet. That is mostly, I think it's a bit more late game, unless you're going for weapons. But yeah, we've got iron and coal being used, of course. That's the feed off to the power station. So it's pretty much, yeah, power and the rods being produced. And that's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Now that I've got a lot of steel beams, I have been finishing off the support structure downstairs. I've also been playing around with some more blueprints. So these are my signposts for the side here, I figured. There's a fair amount of fiddly construction work involved in those. So so yeah, I'd rather use a blueprint for those. Easy enough to build, but that saves a few minutes overall. Other blueprints, I've got all these categories are completely out of the completely go nowhere now. So I was thinking of using blueprints for stairs. This one here is going to work okay. You know, it just snaps into place and that's all fine. I'll scroll this down so I've got them there. I've then got the 2+3 top. So that's the top one. So that one there's the 2. Because I thought ahead, you see. I'll put it in line with that. I thought ahead and thought, well, stuff like the manufacturer is going to have 4 inputs, so that's going to need 3, maybe even 4 levels before we even get to it. So I thought, well, if I label them as 2+3, then I'll easily know how many floors are which. So this is the 2+3. I thought I'd be able to snap that to the top. I can't, no matter what I try. Blueprint, put it in blueprint mode, it snaps it here, which is really bloody annoying. Why there? Why can it not ignore the railing and snap, like, properly? So, yeah, I can't do it this way, unfortunately. Anyway, that's the blueprint build mode. This is normal build mode, and you'd think, well, maybe I can try it this way. I can get it there. I could put it there, so I think maybe I put an extra one in there just to, like, snap off, so I can put it the equivalent of there. And then when I build it, do that. That might work. That might work. Oh, come on. It auto-saves in the worst possible time. I mean, you're always doing something, so there's never really a good time for it to autosave, but still. So basically, where are we now? I need the straight bit. There we go. So that's the current blueprint design. If I design it so it's like that, and then I can snap another one in like that. Now obviously I'm going to have to put another one there, and I can snap another one, another one in on top of that, like that. See, that works. I mean, I'm gonna have to come in and remove these for later, but that works actually. So we put another one in, and we'll just put our top on like that. See, the top one, it comes up here and it just goes straight in. It doesn't have the extra loopy bit to go up to the next set of floors. I mean, that is going to save a hell of a lot of time on my 12-floor screw factory. But it would be great if it just snapped where it should. Because the snapping point of walkways should be that edge, right? I'm not even sure that's properly... I'm not even sure that that is snapped. Doesn't look it, does it? That doesn't look right at all. It should be like level, like this. Yeah, no, that didn't snap properly. I'm going to have to build it manually. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. Oh dear. Hey guys, welcome back. I've just been flying around having a quick look at this, and it does seem to have joined up properly. So this one's joined up properly. This one here is joined up properly. But this one here didn't. I'm not entirely sure why. I'm not entirely sure why that didn't. Maybe it was a case of not being properly lined up and it just didn't snap in the right place. But these do snap in the right place if you're careful. So I think I will be able to use these blueprints to make the stairs in those and save a hell of a lot of time. In the next episode, I hope to be pretty much in this at this stage of everything, but with all the assemblers. I might not have them hooked up like I have over here to automatically feed into the next stage of production. It does take a little bit of time actually to run all the belts and figure out what things need to go where and everything. So I don't think I'll be doing that. Not before it's time to record the next episode anyway. It'll be a case of just having the manual feed, I think. I'll see. I'll see how long it takes me. Anyway, I think that's about it. I seem to have lost a few water pumps over there. I think that's just a draw distance thing. Yeah, there we go. They're popping in now. Ah, panic over. So it's looking all very nice. It's looking organised. There's certainly a bit of work to do to finish things off. But that can happen. Well, that can happen off camera. It can also happen once everything's up and running. I mean, these are running. It's not at capacity. It's far from at capacity. That will take some time. But it's here. It's producing at least some items. So, thanks very much for joining me on this journey. Remember to subscribe if you liked it. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.